recently I was facing a couple challenges that I had to cross. So sorry for the inconsistency. You can't both be a student and a teacher at the same time. You guys know I usually don't have scripts or anything, but I took a couple notes of the sentences and the lessons that I want to share with you guys. And one of the main things that targets everybody is the fact that suffering or whatever you've been going through doesn't make you entitled towards any type of greatness. The fact that you've been hating your circumstances, the fact that the last 2-3 years, you haven't changed anything about yourself. You're still the same loser that falls to the same addictions. That whenever he feels the urge to do something, he's like, oh, dude, it hit me. I have to open up this one website again. The ones of you who fall through that know exactly what I'm talking about. But the fact that you've been hating your circumstances, have been crying about it, are really unsatisfied and unhappy, and you think you've deserved it so much, that doesn't make you entitled at all. In 2023, exactly 1 year after I started, after I set my goals aside and what I wanted to commit myself to, and I hadn't achieved anything. I was self-developing, but there were no results that made me think, dude, there were no materialistic things that I manifested through my actions. And I remember I was tearing up in my bedroom, to be honest. And I was like, fuck, like nothing changed. And I've been suffering for 1 year. I've been trying to change myself. But then when I thought back and I was like, what's the value I actually provided to people? Because value in this generation is equal to money. You can't make money unless if you provide value in some shape or form. And when I look back through and I put the emotional side aside, basically, I was like, I haven't really provided any value. The fact that I tried to hit the gym, I tried to be consistent, whatever, was not linked to any materialistic results that I wanted to accomplish. And so you guys, in many, many cases, should not be emotional like women. And by the way, women are great. I'm not putting women down by this. Before some dumbass comments, actually I like people who comment hate on my videos because it makes me motivated. It makes me think, dude, I'm glad I pissed someone off. Because I know that the same message that can piss someone off can help the other person with the opposite effect. But anyway, once you close your emotions and you look through a lens of simple logic and rationality, you realize that the circumstances you are in right now completely correlate with the value you've provided. I'm not in a position currently, the current version of myself, that I want to be at all. I have goals that seem miles away. Miles. Light years. But I'm not here crying about it, thinking I'm entitled for that. One more note that I wrote down is the same events that break a man can be the vehicle for another that leads him to success. Y'all have probably all heard through people like David Goggins, Joe Rogan, all people who preach self-improvement, such as me, that as something that breaks a man can be what another man needed to elevate. By that, what I mean is, I started a job 2-3 months ago. And in the beginning, and that's the mental challenge that I was kind of faced with. I noticed that in the beginning, I knew that me taking the job and me earning the money to invest in myself, to invest in a coach, and to derive the value to teach you guys and grow my channel further. Anyway, that was basically what my goal was for getting a job and making some money. I knew that doing that was great for myself. I needed to grow. I needed to, not only even for the money, but also to understand the workforce. Even if I make money online, manage to find a way to make money, I think every man should go through a phase where they know how it is to work a 9-to-5. So that you know that once you're rich or once you make it, dude, this is what I escaped. Anyway, that's besides the point. When you're faced with a challenge, when an addiction or an urge creeps up on you, and you somehow avoid it, you somehow And it's before you falter to the habit, before the habit takes a grip of you, you somehow manage to escape. And you're like, dude, I'm so lucky that I escaped. It almost got me. You are reinforcing your brain that the habit is that the urge is actually stronger than you. So you weaken yourself through that belief. Literally, you use your beliefs to weaken yourself so that the next time the habit hits, you're like, dude, fuck, like this time I can't escape, it's done. But when you're faced with an urge, when the same urge creeps up on you and you're like, dude, I want to open the same website again that I know I shouldn't. And I'm going to cheat on myself again. And you know you're going to hate yourself afterwards. You know you shouldn't do that. And it's degressing. It's like, it's literally pushing back on the progress you've made, but you still do it. You still do it. We've all been there. Whether it's binge eating, whether it's, for most people, watching something like porn. You know you're going to hate yourself. That is completely counterproductive. No person ever, I don't care what study says that it's fine and it's relaxing. I don't think that any person should watch anything like this. But that, I can talk about that for longer. I don't want to talk about something else. Once you conquer something and your belief is that you conquered it, you're moving with purpose, and you reassure yourself, dude, I did that. That's me. That's going to grow. It's going to make you grow. Whereas on the other side, if you're like, dude, it's targeting me. Why is it always me? And I can't get over that. You're literally weakening yourself, even if you achieve something. A week ago, when I was going to work, usually my work shifts start early, so I have to leave my house like 5:30ish a.m. And I was kind of bitching, you know. I was thinking to myself, dude, it sucks. I missed my bus. I have to wait another 40 minutes at the bus stop while it's fucking cold and it's windy, and I was complaining and whatnot. And I noticed, dude, going to work and doing the same habit that's hard used to make me stronger. And now I literally feel my mentality being infested with all these excuses. And so I think to myself, dude, I'm going through the same thing, but instead of getting stronger, instead of using that opportunity to elevate my mindset, why is it actually hurting me? Look, people say you have to go through hard things to become the person, right? You have to go through hard things so you know how to learn them. But hard things can destroy you. And the reason why you might be going through something hard, but at the end of the day, you're still like, dude, I don't feel like I've gotten better. And the reason you don't feel like you're becoming that person who can just cross it is because you're letting the pressure of the hard thing crush you. So that even if you get through it, you're like, dude, that was such a battle. Like, I'm dying. I can't do this again. Like, you're literally putting the hard thing on a higher pedestal than you. So even if before you guys were like fine, like you were like, okay, I want to conquer it. At the end of the day, you're like, dude, I can't even conquer that. Nothing, you going through that hard thing wasn't even beneficial for you. Your urges and your addictions always hit you in the perfect moment. When you hit a nice workout and you're like, dude, I've got this. I am the man that I'm becoming. And you're motivated and you're like, no, I'm not going to give in anymore to these urges. That's fine, but that's not the moment where you're actually fighting the urges. That's not the moment where you're winning the battle. The battle actually happens way after, when you're actually tired. It's your time to sleep. You're in your bed. It's warm. It's nighttime. Everybody's asleep already. Who's going to stop you from opening a porn website? Who's going to stop you from binge eating this one more cookie? Who's going to stop you into cheating yourself? You literally cheat on yourself by doing things that you promised you wouldn't do. You're cheating yourself. Who's going to stop you? That's when the battle begins. And you feel these thoughts creeping back on you. Dude, let's just give into the addiction one more time. Just one more time. You have time. You're young. It's everybody's in their own lane. Some people bloom later. You don't have to. You notice the same guy your age retired his parents, but you don't have to. Everybody's different. Poor you. and you don't have any energy left, and in that moment you're thinking about, you're like, fuck. You know what? One more time. You try to make yourself feel about it. It's I deserved it. I deserved it. It was a hard day. That's exactly where your progress resets. And after that, it feels like all the effort you've put throughout that day is gone. Because you used all that discipline to pay off for the disgusting thing that you did to yourself. Great job. But that one study said that it's actually fine to smoke weed. But that one study actually said that it's fine to watch porn. It's not. You don't have to listen to any studies. In self-improvement, you don't always have to go through logic. Sometimes what's important is simply doing something that you know you're supposed to do. Listen to your gut instinct. You don't have to know some obese guy to tell you online it's actually fine. Don't lie to yourself. If you expect your motivated and aggressive self to always be there for you when you want to conquer the addictions that creep up on you, you will never progress, like I said. Never, ever. The moment that your motivation leaves you, because nobody can ever, if you're still relying on motivation to conquer your challenges and level up, you're either completely new to self-improvement and you haven't figured much out, or you haven't been doing enough self-reflecting and you've been lying to yourself. The moment your motivation leaves you, because there's always times where you actually realize, for example, that you're very far off your goals and your frequency falls. The moment your frequency dips and that monster inside you is gone, so you don't feel this aggressive, like, let's get it. That's exactly when these addictions knock on your door. We're here. And then you look back, where's my motivation? And you're naked. You can't do anything. And then you cheat on yourself again. Another year wasted. Why did this year was supposed to be mine. 2027 must be my year. Same thing happens. And then people like me, who actually try to conquer the challenges, I might fall. Everybody falls, okay? But I don't make excuses like that. When I fall, if you guys heard the things that I tell myself, you would understand. So many of y'all are trying to make excuses, trying to feed your ego. You can't choose both. You can't choose to be a student and a teacher at the same time. You can't learn and teach yourself and repeat to yourself what you know already. It goes against each other. When the urges and those terrible moments befall you, then you have to be simply able to take it in and think to yourself, I feel the urge completely, but you know what? I'm going to persevere. Not because I'm motivated and because it feels good. I just know I'm not supposed to. You just have to put yourself through that. There's one last point I wrote down. It's not about how you get over your addictions and how you get successful and how you turn the downfalls into opportunity. It's about the person you have to become. It's about who you have to become to do that. A weakling, somebody who might be addicted to porn, if they manage to get over their addictions by spending some time with friends, and maybe the moment they feel the addiction creeping up on them, they put the earplugs in or listen to some music, blah, blah, whatever. It might seem like they conquered that addiction. Yay, whatever, nice. But guess what? That person internally is always going to be scared that the addiction is going to come back. Because it's not them that conquered them. They pretty much put their problems aside and managed to run through the finish line. But they know that behind them, the addiction they haven't defeated. The addiction isn't killed in the body. And they're not the person who can kill them. You have to be the person who can. It's about feeling the addiction and telling yourself, no, I'm not going to give in. Rather than thinking, dude, I'm gonna drink tonight. Let's go to the bar, boys. Drink. Let's get some girls. It's not going to do shit for you. If you don't listen to what I just said and you're like, dude, no, it works. As long as I get over my addictions, that's fine. You don't want to be a weakling who ran away from addictions to escape it. You want to be the person who took themselves by, who simply talked to themselves and self-reflected and were like, dude, I'm going to conquer it head on. I'm going to face it. I'm kind of reflecting on my thoughts as I go through the video. So if you're like, dude, why is this guy taking the time to think if he's written it down already? I'm still internalizing the thought process that I'm going through so I can teach you guys. Become the person who can. Don't be a weakling. Don't be, you know, these people who, there's people who make hella money. Like Trump launched this crypto. There were 460 new millionaires or something. People who took it. It's 15, 16, 18-year-olds. People much younger than me. But guess what? They're successful, but they're still a weakling who's rich. Don't be a weakling who's still conquered the addiction that you have. Be the person who can. I love you all, boys. I know a couple of people that message me every single day, and it makes me genuinely push harder. Because I see that although I only have 300 subscribers, I know exactly that I am impacting the people I want to impact. And how irresponsible would it be of me to just think to myself, dude, there's people who watch my videos and it helps them, but I'll just sleep in. It's just 5 more hours. Keep yourself accountable and stay truthful to yourself. And don't ever, ever think about cheating on yourself. Feelings are temporary, but actions are not. Feeling the certain way, feeling like you have to watch porn is temporary. That feeling is going to fade away. But cheating on yourself and opening that website is not. Can't take that back. Take care, boys. Maybe another video coming this week. I want to be more consistent. Like I said, since I've conquered the challenge, just that I had to conquer and isolate myself. I promise that I'll keep sharing these lessons with you guys. I've promised myself that I would grow this channel, upload frequently, and share every single value that I earn through hard work. And like I say in every video, take care.